morning, everyone. Okay, it's time for another archetype. And today we are going to do an archetype that doesn't get talked about very much, but that I definitely see and love. And it is the archetype of the builder. I don't think this one is in the Carolyn Myss list of archetypes. Now, really, almost anything could be an archetype, but I usually will choose things that at least a good portion of the population has so that it's relevant. So as I'm describing this one, I want you to really listen. Is this you? Is this someone that you know? So the builder is a pretty masculine archetype. And most of the people I know who have this one are men, but I do know two women that I can think of off the top of my head that have this one big time in their major arcana. In fact, one of them owns a construction company. So the builder in the light, thank goodness for them, because they really are a big part of what keeps the infrastructure going in this world, right? And in this country. So the builders are the people who build, okay? They build homes. These are the craftsmen. These are the woodworkers. These are the people that put together anything that is tangibly built, okay? Now, some builders are also artists. And usually when those things come together, we call them craftspeople, right? Craftsmen. You guys, I don't know the politically correct word for all of these things, so please forgive me. Please love me anyway. But you don't have to be an artist to be a builder. I really think about this when I think about the people that have given their lives to building the tangible things in this world, especially the homes we live in, the furniture that we use every single day. This is an extremely practical archetype. And I've also noticed the people who I know who have this one, it is a deep intrinsic need to create. This one will often show up at a very young age. So this is going to be that 7 or 8-year-old that was, building things out of wood and always stealing their dad's hammer or, that type of a thing. There's a need, there's a compulsion, there's an intrinsic need to build. Builders will, I was going to say almost always, I actually have not seen any exceptions to this. So they'll have a shop of some sort, a place in the garage. Often people who have this in their major arcana, like it's a big part of their lives. In fact, they will spend a lot of time working on the things they're building. Ooh, here's another archetype that this often goes along with. This can go along really well with the pioneer archetype. So the inventors that also like to work with their hands, right? And again, like I said, it often goes along with the artist archetype. So what is the shadow? Because this sounds amazing. Doesn't it sound amazing? When I do the archetypes, it's when I get especially wishful that you were all sitting in this living room with me having this conversation, because I want to hear, right? I want to hear who in your life has this. What do they build, right? Okay, so what is the shadow? Because this sounds amazing. Well, the shadow of the builder that I see often goes into the shadow of the hermit. So remember we talked before about how it's when I was doing the archetype of the angel, and I said that a lot of times the shadows of things will go into the shadows of the universal archetype. So the builder goes into the hermit shadow. And so often when you know someone who's a builder, they will have both the light and the shadow. And the shadow is avoidance of people, okay? And basically just wanting to be left alone to build. Now look, this is not a problem unless it goes really far. So if you talked to some of the spouses of a builder, you would probably hear about all of the time spent in their shop, in their garage, doing projects, and really just wanting to be left alone. If it gets too deeply in the shadow, it really can tear apart couples and families when, a spouse doesn't show up or a parent doesn't show up and they're spending all of their time doing it. Anything can be used, I guess, almost anything. I'll just say almost anything so that I don't, right, go too far to the extreme. But almost anything can be used as an avoidance behavior. So here's what I would say as far as how to, if this is you, if you have the builder archetype, I would just ask that you stay aware of the closest people in your life and making sure that you're spending that quality time with them that keeps that connection alive. If it is somebody in your life, especially someone like a close part of your life, what I would say is to be clear in your communications. So be, really appreciative and loving about how important this is to them. Because again, for the builder archetypes, this is a huge part of their life and their joy and their purpose and their satisfaction. But to also be very clear in your communication when you need more time with them. So, and especially if you can give a builder archetype notice ahead of time. So what that would look like is like, hey, Dad, I'm actually going to come visit this weekend, and I know that you like to work in your shop. Do you have a 3-hour chunk of time that we could spend some time together? Do you see? It's that type of thing. Giving them notice so that they can know ahead of time, okay, on Saturday from noon to 3, I'm going to be spending time with my kid. It's that type of an energy. Same thing if this is your spouse who's the builder. If you're able to make your requests very clear and direct. For some reason, builder archetypes almost always are very, very direct people and appreciate direct communication back. Actually, a lot of times builder archetypes, not to stereotype, but I'm going to because it's an archetype and I can, are a little bit quiet in their communication. They're not usually huge talkers. Obviously, there are exceptions to that. So, but they appreciate direct conversation. They're not usually good at taking hints or that type of a dynamic. So, if your spouse, if your partner in life is a builder archetype, direct communication, powerful requests, and giving them time ahead of time to know, to plan on when you'll be spending time together, quality time together. Okay, so to me, talking about the archetypes is interesting for sure, but it's very useful when we go into how can I engage with this archetype in myself or in others. So as usual, I want to hear your take on this. Who are the builders in your life? And huge shout out to the builders in my life. Thank you so much for making this world a better place. May your coffee be strong and your life be blessed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. And if you would be interested in working with me further, you can check out DawniAngel.com. I would love to come speak to your group, come to your business to do a training, be on your podcast, my personal favorite, or even work with you one-on-one.